to navigate what are the differences between Bitcoin, Ethereum, the tons of other cryptos out there, the cryptocurrencies, and things like stablecoins. And then just to confuse things a little bit more, you might have heard things like what is a security and what is a commodity, which is Bitcoin. Now, I think it's very important that you just put your mindset into these 4 different categories or types of crypto assets that actually comprise the crypto industry. And then he also explained just the differences between what is a security and what is a commodity. In nominal terms, what is a security? Security is a company that has a management team, that has its own balance sheet and exerts great level of influence in how it controls and governs its products and services for its customers. That is a security, a company in other words, that has a CEO attached. A non-security, i.e. a commodity, in its universal sense, is things that is not run by companies. They're things that are not controlled and governed, and nor it exerts great influence on things like gold, silver, precious metals, oil, gas, and Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, from a US legislative standpoint, is a registered commodity. It's something that is not run and controlled by any single entity or company or CEO. That is the difference between the security, what is a security, and what is a commodity. And understanding these 2 fundamental components is what's going to drive the rest of the crypto industry out there. That's why it's so important that he gave that explanation, because it's true that Bitcoin is a commodity, if you put it under that classification. Ethereum is certainly a security. Ethereum is a security because it has a group of developers, it has its own company structure established, it certainly has a CEO that governs the Ethereum ecosystem and is run by a private entity. So that is a security. And then you have stablecoins, which can be classed, majority of it, as a security. You got the famous US Tether, which is like a digital pegged dollar. It's the largest out of the stable coins. So for me, I use it mainly as a medium exchange, and it works brilliantly because I don't want to use my Bitcoin holdings as a medium exchange. I don't want to be able to trade Bitcoin for the exchange of services and goods. I'd rather use stable coins and Tether particularly for that, particularly when it comes to borderless payments between different countries or different sets of individuals living in different places, and certainly for the day-to-day commerce. I rather much use Tether stablecoin for that, and use my Bitcoin as a store of value in order to create that generational wealth ambition that I have in the long term, minimum 10 years. So I think it's fantastic the way he's provided this explanation, and I hope it's been useful for you and kind of somewhat clarifies these various different elements, because it's true that there are well over 17,000 cryptocurrencies or tokens out there that at the moment is causing an awful lot of confusion, and I suspect it's one of the barriers why they're not investing in this space, right? Because it's just too complex. I think what is very clear the most is Bitcoin is a registered commodity. It's at the moment there's $2 trillion worth in the Bitcoin ecosystem at the moment, and it's set to grow. It's true that the one after that, Ethereum, right, because it's a smart contracts blockchain, and it's, even though it's a security, registered security, is run by a company of developers, it is, it has its value, right? It's a smart contract technological platform. That's why Michael has classed Ethereum or any kind of smart contracts, blockchains under that classification. He's classed it as a crypto platform because it is a crypto platform. And then you have stablecoin, which is cryptocurrencies, mainly used, as I said before, as a vehicle for exchanging goods. So it's treated as a medium of exchange as such, precisely to be able to trade things like books or making purchases or online payments, booking your flights online. You use typically Tether, which is the largest of all the stablecoins out there. I hope it's been very useful and it's given you that clarification. If you enjoyed today's episode, incidentally, please don't forget to hit the like button and share the video with your friends and family and also colleagues at work. And please subscribe to my channel because I regularly publish some interesting podcasts such as these, anything to do with Bitcoin, blockchain technology and future finance. So I'll see you next time.